Okay, so here I am in the Cybertruck getting ready to head from Tulsa, Oklahoma to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It is routing me to the Supercharger in Denison. It says I'll get there with 21%. Now, it is really cold. It's 34 degrees. Excuse me. I did nearly top the car up last night on a level 2 charger, showing 315 miles at 97%. And, yeah, it's wanting me to run down 75 instead of going over through Oklahoma City. So I think that's the route I'll take. I'm going to go ahead and get on the road, and I will give you updates as we go. So more info to follow, and yeah, let's get on the road. So we're starting out this Tulsa to Dallas trip, 422 miles on my trip meter. That was from Dallas to Tulsa and then running around local here, 541 watt hours per mile. Not great, but it's super cold, and it's been around 30 degrees for the past several days. Anyway, I'm going to leave that so we can see kind of how we do throughout the day. And this is roughly 300 more miles. So will get over 1,000 miles on the lifetime of the vehicle. And down there, you'll see the lifetime right now, 751 miles. And not great efficiency, as you can see. But again, been running highway speeds in super cold weather. So anyway, I'm gonna get on the road and update you in a few. Okay, here's another quick update. I'm in a construction zone. I'm riding down 75, and you'll see it shows I'm going to arrive in Denison. It's now saying with 25%. Overall efficiency is actually not terrible. This morning, 444 watt hours per mile, and it's not necessarily because of the speeds, but just a few minutes ago, it's dropped to these speeds in this construction zone. But even prior to that, I was getting really good efficiency. I think just heading south, I don't feel a ton of wind today. And yeah, even though it is very cold out, I did precondition the cabin while it was charging on the level 2 charger at the hotel right before it finished. And it was at like 99%. I went ahead and kicked climbing on. Then it heated the battery, and actually, then it dropped to like 94% on the battery. Yeah, it's watching these lines here. So anyhow, that really helps with efficiency. The battery's warmed up, it can get more electrons out, and certainly has given me good efficiency starting out this morning. So anyway, I will keep you posted. It's hopefully going to be a beautiful day. It's very, very cold in early January of 2025. I think that's the first time I've said that, 2025. So follow along. So I'm continuing to ride along, and I've got to say, this Cybertruck is absolutely a pleasure to ride in. The full self-driving software is unreal. It's become very, very good. I'm on version 13. But this truck is so smooth, so comfortable, so roomy. It's just totally amazing to me. It does such a great job road tripping. I am truly, truly enjoying it. So you'll see down there I've got 136 miles to go. It shows I'm going to hit the Supercharger in Denison at 22% stated charge. Now, I am going to get on this toolway and speeds will increase. So I think that range, I'm going to guess 14-15% when I get there, just based on speed, cutting into the juice. But so far I've been driving exactly 1 hour, 445 watt hours per mile, which I'm okay with. It's much better than it was on the way up here. And there's just not a lot of wind today, even though it's very cold. I do think I could be in the low 400s, high 300s if the weather was warmer. I think that would make a big difference. But this car is totally great, rock solid, no issues, and truly enjoying driving it. 800 miles in it in roughly 2 weeks since I've picked it up, and couldn't be happier. Really glad I brought it on this road trip, and I've got another road trip next week, so I'll probably take the Cybertruck on that. I may take the Rivian, we'll see. But the Lyric is still sitting. My Cadillac Lyric is still sitting at the Cadillac dealer in Grapevine, Texas. Cadillac's working on a buyback, and we'll see how that plays out. I have a feeling I may have to have more and more charging failures on that car, which is brutal, because I'll have to continue to road trip in it and deal with it. But as always, I'll post videos. Everybody seemed to enjoy the Cadillac Lyric videos, so I will post that as it happens, and I'll keep everyone informed. But this Cybertruck is remarkably good. So now that they have the $7,500 federal tax credit, you can pick one of these up for around $72,500. If you use my referral, I think you get another $1,000 off, so $71,500. And I have a feeling over the next couple of months they're probably going to lower the price as well. But I have zero regrets. I'm super happy I got mine. I think I got a rock solid one. VIN number in the 53,000 range. So they've made over 50,000 of these already, and this one's a good one. So you can see it's a beautiful day. Really neat part of the country I'm driving through here, and yeah, looking forward to getting down the road. I'll update you again here in just a little bit. So the speed limit on this stretch of road is 80 miles an hour, as you'll see right down there. But I'm still getting pretty good efficiency. 457 watt-hours per mile. It's still showing I'm going to arrive with 22%. There's like no wind today, and that's certainly helping. So it is 8:09 a.m., 35 degrees, so it is very, very cold. But so far the truck's doing a great job. I've got about an hour and 45 minutes to get to my next stop, which is that Supercharger in Denison. And yeah, it's been a smooth ride. Again, I love this truck. Absolutely amazing. I do like the charge percentage up there. It's got the little lines, and those lines partially fill, and you can tell the one closest to the 69%, that dark bar is just a little bit down. So it fills a tenth of each bar. So as that drops to 68%, that bar will drop a little bit. It's really cool. They've done a great job with the graphics and the integration, the software. I noticed there's some little things that existed in the UI and in the software. They're still working through it. For example, there's no basic autopilot. It's just full self-driving, which is fine, but they need to go ahead and add in all the rest of the software stuff. But it really feels finished. Now I waited for a year after this thing came out to make sure I was buying a finished product and everything worked, and I'm glad I did. And so anyhow, I'm going to keep riding along, and I will keep you updated here as we go. Another road trip, another day. Well, I'll tell you, it's been a pretty long week. A lot of meetings, a lot of hours. I am so thankful to have full self-driving. And for the last hour and 40 minutes, this vehicle has completely driven me down the road. And that's a good thing. I've got phone calls to make, and I've been working over the phone. And meanwhile, I'm riding in style with a car that's driving me to my next stop, which is incredible to me. So anyway, just got off that toll road, and I've got 85 miles to the next stop, about an hour and 20 minutes. And it still shows we're going to get there just over 20%. I really expected that to drop. It's showing 21% prediction. The efficiency did drop, or went the wrong direction. It increased. It's less efficient. 483 watt-hours per mile. Now again, we were on that 80-mile-an-hour tollway for quite a while, and so that drove that increase in the efficiency number, which is more poor efficiency. So yeah, stick with me here. We're gonna continue to ride along. I'll continue to update you. This is another great Tesla road trip in my Cybertruck. Loving this thing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, here we go. Another trip update. 124 miles in, 483 watt-hours per mile. Been driving for right about 2 hours. Got about 1 hour to go. So this is a total of a 3-hour drive, leaving out with nearly full charge, and I should have 20% remaining when I get there, and I'll be driving a total of roughly 190 miles. That means real world, this is 230 to 250 miles in warm weather on a full charge, even though it's rated for 300. Now, I think you could get closer to the 300 if you went 70 mile an hour or less. But when you're running highway speeds, I don't see that happening. Let me do something here. Okay. Anyway, again, still a smooth ride. It is warming up a little bit. It's 39 degrees out. I am in the middle of kind of nowhere, Oklahoma, headed into Texas. I'll be crossing the Texas state line within the next hour, and then rolling in. I think it's like a Texaco station, and I think there may be a barbecue place in it, and the chargers are at the end of the building. I'm pretty sure that's the Denison Supercharger. It's an 8-stall, 250 kilowatt, and that'll really, I think, be the first time I've rolled in with a fairly low state of charge, 20%, in the Cybertruck at a V3 supercharger. So kind of anxious to see how it does. It only wants me to stay there for 8 minutes. Just a quick top up and then on to home, which, I've got level 2 charging there. But I may end up staying longer because, I've got to take a bio break, use the facilities, and, check my email and do a few things. So I may take longer than 8 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so preconditioning the battery for fast charging just popped up at 46 miles out in 42 minutes. It is 42 degrees, so it has warmed up. I'm at 39% on the battery. Shows I'm going to arrive with 21%. Been driving for 144 miles, 2 hours and 15 minutes at 475 watt hours per mile. Just thoroughly enjoying the drive today. This is just so nice. I had this Cybertruck pre-ordered over 2 years ago. I think about 2.5, going on 3 years, and didn't take delivery because I didn't want to pay up for the Foundation Series. I didn't think that was necessary. I'm glad I did not. And went ahead and took delivery here in mid-December, 2 weeks ago, of 2024. So this is a great vehicle, just really enjoying the comfort, the space, being a big guy. It is just absolutely comfortable, and by far one of the best road tripping vehicles for comfort that I've ever had. And the utility, it's got tons of space. I'm using the front trunk, I'm using the bed, tons of space, and really a good multi-purpose vehicle. So I will keep you posted. I'll get to the charger here, and you'll get to follow along and see how the charging session goes. I'm hoping for a good charging session. I'll get it in and out of there pretty quickly and get on down the road. Okay, so here we are riding along, preconditioning, only 5 miles out. Going to arrive with, it looks like, around 18%. I'm sitting at 20% now. I'm only a few miles away. I've driven 185 miles, 488 watt hours per mile. So I don't think that's terrible with the climate where it's at. So 47 degrees now. It is warming up, but yeah, I'm going to pull in. I need 10 minutes or less to just get a quick top up. I'm anxious to see what kind of charging speeds I get and how long it'll hold them. So yeah, be there in just a few minutes and I will give you an update. Okay, here we are getting off the exit. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not departing a lane, so it's done that a couple of times now. Maybe I'm not lane positioning properly, but anyhow, we're going to turn left here at this stop sign. And let us get over here to the chargers. It shows there's 4 available. On the end down here. They are right here. All the cars are nicely spaced apart, and now I'm going to mess that up. Doesn't matter because they're all V3s, so we're going to go ahead and get plugged in to one of these. and I will be back with you here in a minute. Okay, let's see what kind of speeds we get. Shows 10 minutes remaining to continue trip. And right here is your charging speed. It's slowly ramping up. Usually V3s pop up way faster than that. It's probably one of the slowest ramps that I've seen. Interesting. Okay, we're over 200 kilowatts. Might be site limited. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the Cybertruck. Here's another Tesla pulling in 6, and it's an 8 stall. So maybe site limited, but it's at 207 kilowatts at 20%. So I was expecting it to jump up to 250, and it took a long time to ramp. You saw that, but it's still slowly climbing. No charging messages over here at all. Okay, I've got to make some phone calls and take a bio break, and I'll be back with you shortly. See there, it jumped up to 210, so interesting. Okay, here's the trip stats. And by the way, I've been sitting here a little over 10 minutes. I just finished using the restroom, making a couple of phone calls. 941 miles. So last drive, 190 miles, 484 watt hours per mile. It's still charging at 135 kilowatts at 56%. It topped up really quick from, what was it, 18% to 55% in 10, 12 minutes. I mean, that's excellent. I'm good to go. I've got easily 100 plus miles of range. I'm going 82 miles. I'll arrive with 22%. I'm unplugging. I'm taking off. Great job, Tesla. Love it. And great job, Cybertruck. Let me get back on the road. Well, it's been a great drive. It's now 55 degrees. You can tell I'm back in the Metroplex. Thank goodness I'm back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 10:47 a.m. I've made really good time on this trip. I'm going to arrive home around 11:25 and roughly 30 miles away. Here are the stats. And guess what? I'm about to flip 1,000 miles on the Cybertruck. I'm at 989 miles, which is exciting. And, you know, I've driven 48 miles on this leg and 450 watt hours per mile. Pretty good efficiency. The whole Tulsa trip, not great, 518 watt hours per mile. But hey, I made it there and back. Charging was really, really easy in this thing. Tesla Supercharging, it was really fast. I was very pleased with how quickly it juiced up on a 250. Can't wait to see when they can charge at 500 kilowatts. And some of the V4 dispensers, matter of fact, there's some in Melissa, Texas at Buc-ee's that'll dispense 350 kilowatt into the Cybertruck. So I may go test that here sometime in the near future. Matter of fact, I just passed through that area, so I could have done that. But either way, I will do that here in the near future. I want to see those faster speeds with Tesla charging. And you saw, if you haven't watched it, there's a video of my trip from Dallas to Tulsa where I charged at EVgo at 350 kilowatts, and it held that pretty steady. So, listen, if you've watched this video all the way to this point, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think. Any feedback's always appreciated. This is just real-world road tripping, real-world feedback, not special editing, not a bunch of overlays. This is just somebody road tripping in a Tesla for work, and I road trip almost every week. And decided to upgrade to the Cybertruck and absolutely enjoying it. So I'll be back in just a few minutes with my 1,000 mile kind of mini review of what I think of the car at 1,000 miles. Okay, here I am in the Cybertruck and just about to turn 1,000 miles. And I wanted to give you my feedback. If you look down here under lifetime, 475 watt hours per mile overall and 474 kilowatt hours of energy used. So listen, that's not super efficient. You know, it's half as efficient as a new Model 3. But what a comfortable, smooth vehicle. And there it is, 1,000 miles. And anyway, I have absolutely enjoyed driving this car. It's been fantastic. Probably one of the best vehicles I've ever owned. Super roomy, super comfortable. It's got the cyber gray interior instead of white. I do not like the white. Too many reflection on the windows for me. So what do I like about it? I love the four-wheel steering. It is so maneuverable. It is so quiet and so smooth in here. It's the quietest and smoothest pickup truck I've ever ridden in. Now, part of it is I have the core wheels and tires, which are the road tires. They're more efficient, also make less road noise, and they're Pirelli tires. They're not the Goodyears. So that makes a big difference. So some of the Cybertrucks, and I've driven others, kind of loud, it's tire noise. This thing is absolutely remarkable. I think it looks ridiculous in something out of a comic book or a sci-fi movie, and I don't like the attention that it draws. That's not why I got it. I got it because it's comfortable and it's a great road tripping vehicle. Super, super happy after 2 weeks exactly. I picked it up exactly 2 weeks ago. Not far from here, actually, in Plano, which I'm passing through that general area right now. Passing by Nebraska Furniture Mart in the Colony, Texas. And listen, this vehicle is absolutely amazing. It's a game changer. And this technology needs to be deployed in a lot of other vehicles. The 48-volt architecture, the drive-by-wire, the 800-volt high voltage battery for DC fast charging, much faster. Really wonderful, wonderful vehicle. Tesla outdid themselves. This thing's unreal. Now you can get the $7,500 federal credit, and they'll probably lower the prices. So, guys, if you're debating it, buy one. But you may want to watch. The prices will drop, and they will come out with a single motor version soon, I believe, and it'll probably be under $60,000. So, what an amazing vehicle. Elon Musk, Tesla, the whole team, they outdid themselves. And I'm certainly not an Elon Musk fanboy or anything like that. It's not my thing. But and I'm not politically affiliated with any of it. I'm pretty neutral on all that stuff. But I will tell you, this vehicle is absolutely amazing. I don't understand why people won't buy a Tesla because of Elon Musk, but yet they'll buy an iPhone or a Samsung phone that is made in China. I don't really get it. This Cybertruck, something like 85% of the parts are made in the United States. It's one of the most American-made vehicles you can buy. And I don't know. I think it's great. I think it employs a lot of people. I think Tesla does a nice job. And without getting too much deeper into that, this Cybertruck's unreal. The steering wheel is actually great. The turn signal buttons, they click. They're tactile. They're wonderful. And the shiftless, driverless, stockless shifting, stockless shifting is unreal. All of it just works super great. It's super intuitive. Way better than, I had a Model X Plaid. It was a 2022 Model X Plaid refresh that had yoke. And that was horrible because you couldn't find the turn signals because the yoke, you'd spin circles on the yoke to make turns. This thing with drive-by-wire doesn't have that issue. And it actually works really great. So much better implementation than in the Model X. So if they keep the Model X around, my guess is they will redesign that with the drive-by-wire and with some of the same things. And they'll probably do the same thing on the Model S if they keep it around. My guess is this year they're either going to refresh those or expire them and stop making them. But all in all, this Cybertruck is everything I was hoping it would be, and more. It's really exceeded my expectations, and it's a vehicle I find a pleasure to drive. I just drove 300 miles from Tulsa, and smooth, uneventful, comfortable, and really quick charging. So, yeah, great job, Tesla. And I'll try to give you one more update here as I get home and get my final tally on miles and efficiency. So I'll be back with you here with another clip or two, I'm sure. I think I can honestly say this is the first time I've really learned to trust FSD, full self-driving, supervised, and it's driven me almost the entire trip here, 300 miles, all through city traffic, highways, interstates, whatever. It has gotten so impressive on version 13. It is so refreshing and so nice. I have sat here the whole time, hands aren't on the wheel, and I'm letting the car drive itself. Wow. Game changer, really. And 55 degrees, like I mentioned. I'm going to arrive home with, it says 29%, I'm at 30% now, but you know, it's super efficient this last leg because it's stoplight after stoplight. So 416, is that 418? 418 watt hours per mile since the last charge, 75 miles. That's pretty darn good. That's kind of the level I want to see out of this thing on a regular basis, and that's where I'm hoping this lifetime gauge will improve as the weather warms up and more, you know, driving all over the country. I'm thinking I can get that into the mid fours, maybe low fours. So we'll see. But yeah, I've just got a few more minutes. I'll try to give you one more update here right before I hit home, and about to end this trip. And by the way, again, thank you for following along, and I appreciate you viewing and always appreciate your feedback. But the most important thing about this entire video was that charging at the Tesla Supercharger was incredible. It didn't jump up to 250 kilowatt. I think it was site limited, because when that extra car plugged in, it dropped down for a little bit to 160, 170 kilowatts, and it picked right back up to around 210. It held a high charge rate all the way up to like 50%. I was impressed with it. I know people have said the charging is not great. I think it's great. I'm impressed. Can't be happier with that. And yeah, it just worked really good. Unfortunately, I couldn't film all that because I was on phone calls, but I was watching it as I was on my calls, and it was really ripping along. And you saw the longer I was there, you know, 10, 12 minutes, and it added a ton of juice super quick, and I hit the road again. So can't beat it. I mean, 300-mile road trip, and I left, you know, this morning. I mean, this is like a 4.5 hour to go 300 miles with a charging stop. So yeah, that's fantastic. So Tesla's really got this thing down. Just trying to see, is that an electric? Yeah, it's a Mustang Mach-E. Kilowatt hour pony, KWH pony is the license plate. That's pretty cool. Let's see if you can see it. There's the plate. Kilowatt hour pony. Pretty cool. A lot of EVs in this area. I'm in, right now I'm in the Flower Mound, Texas area. And yeah, tons of EVs in the neighborhood. But unfortunately, I'm hitting every stoplight. So, all right, I'm going to kind of gather my thoughts about this trip, and I'll give you kind of an ending little clip here in just a minute. Okay, here's my final trip update and kind of my final thoughts. I am less than 4 miles from my destination, so all totaled, we have 793 miles till I get to my destination. 353 kilowatt hours of energy used, 512 watt hours per mile. So not where I want to be for efficiency, but first road trip, tires weren't fully broken in yet for sure, and a lot of high wind the first day on the drive up to Tulsa, and very, very cold. So that'll definitely impact range. But either way, this Cybertruck has been an amazing road trip vehicle. I've absolutely loved it. I've enjoyed the ride. And again, thank you for following along. Here's my ending current drive, 78 miles, 414 watt hours per mile. So I'm going to move on and wish everybody a good day, and watch for future videos as I'm dealing with the buyback of the Cadillac Lyriq, keeping the Rivian R1T and enjoying it, and keeping the Cybertruck and really enjoying it. So I'll be back with everybody here in the near future. Thank you, everyone.